Greetings and welcome back to some more Shadow of the Tomb Raider. So Exley's up here, and we are now at the point of no return for the story. So let's do it. Yes.
How is the plan coming together, Exley?
We have options. Uchu?
Kukulkan's army will follow the Sakpe to the Great Stone Bridge to reach the pyramid. If we approach them head-on, we have the best chance to intercept them, but we could easily be overwhelmed.
If we go in this way, it'd be more secure. But our timing would have to be perfect, or they'd slip through our fingers.
Can we do both? If we approach head-on, I can go around the other way and act as a sniper.
They'd be trapped.
No approach is without risk, but I believe this is the best option.
Good. Then, on your order.
Gather the troops. Let's go.
God, the music. Oh, I love the way the music just... Oh. It's like a shadow on the horizon.
This is where we part. Your path lies that way. Lara, I want you to have this. For luck.
Exley, I can't.
After today, the eclipse will no longer represent us. We keep the sun, but you remove the shadow.
Thank you.
Oh, nice bit of symbolism there.
Be careful, Jonah.
You too, little bird.
Oh. I love that wee nickname stuck throughout. Oh, Lara, at least swan dive, come on. A moon-shaped charm.
Exley gave me half of Unuratu's eclipse amulet. I get the moon, and he kept the sun. I suppose this means he expects to remove the darkness over Paititi.
Oh, wait a minute, what?
Tall order. I hope I don't let them down.
Oh, interesting, that was just an extra thought, not a comment on some part of... Right, sorry guys, but I don't know where to go. Could you just hold off on your attack while I figure out where to go? Are we going up there? Are we, no? Oh, underneath maybe? Ah. Oh dear. Oh wow. Fire underwater or something. Oh, I'd forgotten about this. Oh, that's weird and creepy. Lara, if you could please swim faster. Oh man, it's like swimming through a volcano. It's, oh, this is so cool. This is a great visual. Oh, wow. Oh. Bloody hell, oh, we're sneaky, we're all sneaky.
Jonah, I made it. I see the bridge. Shit!
They blew the bridge. We'll find another way around.
Okay, do you see that red smoke?
Yeah.
I'm gonna check it out. Unuratu said that the Crimson Fire was her destiny.
Okay. Don't take too long.
Commander, this is Cardinal 2. The bridge has been taken out.
Good. Team leaders coordinate with vehicular support. Cardinal 2, you're their eyes.
Copy that.
Oh, there they
Any
are.
structural opening is a potential enemy vector.
Are they fighting?
This is Cardinal 8. Visual on hostiles.
Oh,
Changing
no.
course heading to 105.
Oh.
More helicopters. Yashiel, Trinity's hunting them.
Establish kill zones and hold them off the temple at any cost. Remember, they attack from all angles. Any structural opening is a potential enemy vector.
I love all the reds in this sequence, all the Wait, where am I going?
Citadel.
Good progress.
Damn it.
We are losing a lot of people.
I couldn't quite see where I was going. Was it going up or down? I thought maybe I was grabbing a ledge. Oh, right, I'm on the way back here.
Yashiel, Trinity's hunting them.
Establish kill zones and hold them off the temple at any cost.
Helicopters are always a bad thing in this game.
Remember, they attack from all angles. Any structural opening is a potential enemy vector.
Maybe we're going down? Oh, yes, of course.
We are losing a lot of people. All units, stay away.
The only unfortunate thing about a sequence like this is I mean, oh, it is such a lovely environment. You want to just stop and stare at everything and take it in, and yet you have to just, what the, is that like molten gold or something? Or melted at some point?
The source of the smoke. They can reach it.
Oh, something bad's about to happen. A helicopter's gonna cause trouble.
When the Crimson Fire smokes, seek your mirror. Was this Unuratu's destiny? You're the Crimson Fire. I think we're supposed to work together to defeat Kukulkan. Ishal.
This is pretty cool, actually. The paranormal army, after like sort of fighting them for 2 games now, we've got them working on our side in this one. That's really cool. I won't talk about how many of your lot I've killed.
Jonah, change of plans. I'm bringing reinforcements.
What? I hope you know what you're doing.
Me too.
Commander, we have eyes on Chak. He's with the E-Shield. She's what?
Oh, this is pretty cool because we're all climbing all over the walls together. We're just kind of doing it in different ways. Oh, whoops. Oh, well, that'll be that then.
Jonah, change of plans. I'm bringing reinforcements.
What? I hope you know what you're doing.
Me too.
Commander, we have eyes on Chak. He's with the E-Shield. She's what? Don't get distracted. Take her out.
Oh, I thought that was a thing I could swing on, isn't it? Well, maybe I have to go
Jonah,
up a bit
change
more.
of plans. I'm bringing reinforcements.
What? I hope you know what you're doing.
Me too.
Commander, we have eyes on Chak. He's with the E-Shield. She's what? Don't get distracted. Take her out.
Oh. Oh, it is. I just, like, I wasn't quite far enough forwards or something.
They're everywhere! We need backup now!
Oh, do you know something? Do you know what you should never, ever, ever, ever say in any kind of a situation? They're everywhere! Because that's when you are always the extra in the movie that gets overwhelmed and killed.
This is Zeta Team. High Council in position, holding perimeter.
Oh, wow.
High Council is secured.
This is Commander Rourke. The entire High Council is here to personally oversee our victory.
Really? Does that mean that we end up killing off all of the High Council? Oh dear. Oh! See, now that they're the good guys and I like them, this is oh! Ho, 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 ho. Oh, you could actually mess with. Yeah, you would actually mess with a helicopter, wouldn't I, if people jumped on the tail of it. I don't like that this is the big climactic final section of the game and I'm walking.
We're pushing through too. Almost there. Where's Dominguez?
He's inside the temple. We're so close.
Thank you, Kukulkan, for this gift of renewal. We are prepared to receive your power. They're with you? This ritual is mine to complete. They've chosen wrong. It's all wrong.
No! It was always theirs. Give us the box.
No. Never. I must protect Paititi.
We all create destiny. Not just you. All of us. Together.
Headstrong to the end. Attack!
This is Commander Rourke. All remaining units. Support! Taking fire! All units, consolidate! Gentlemen, do not let the enemy through. Hold them at all costs. The ritual is nearly complete.
Let's finish this!
This is Rourke. When the ritual is completed, you will all be saved, and those who gave their all will be rewarded.
Uh-huh. Right, so where did he go? Through there?
There! Get her!
Ah, snap. Oh, presumably I'm going up this way where they came from.
Dominguez, that sentimental academic. This is where you stop. Trinity will run everything.
Oh, snap. Oh, yes, it is there that I got the... Oh dear, I was taking cover at an explosive barrel. Perhaps not my most sensible move. I mean, what happens if I accidentally shoot them? Oh, of course it's Rourke that's in there, isn't it? So it is scripted that... Yeah.
This is Paladin 1. I'm surrounded. Out of ammo.
Well, that'll be Rourke then. I don't think we can feel too bad for him. Right. Just read the soldiers to see if they've got any ammo. Right, where am I going? Oh wait, is that a... Oh, I'll fill up. Right.
Jonah, Rourke is dead. I'm going after Dominguez to stop the ritual.
We'll hold them off as long as we can.
Interesting, I wouldn't have expected a... Well... I don't know, are we at a point where we can get... Well, I don't think there's any pickups in this area since it is a point of no return. I don't know if we can come back to this place later on.
The High Council is being overrun. We need
Oh, they're not in one of those helicopters, are they? Oh, how awful. Yeah, the end of Trinity, it does feel a bit anticlimactic. Oh dear, oh snap. Right, okay. It's a bit impersonal, you know, it's like we never really got to see them face to face. It's just a bit weird that they've been around for hundreds and hundreds of years and then it's just suddenly like that's them. Because the trilogy was coming to an end, you know, that's kind of how it feels. Oh, right, I thought I was swinging. Alright, okay. Oh dear. Alright, they've been slaughtered.
What? Then who the fuck's in charge? Fall back! Fall back! All units, fall back! What about the perimeter? There is no perimeter! Everyone's dead! Just get the fuck out of here!
Oh snap! Oh snap! Ah, right, okay, I saw that just a bit too late. Oops. I wonder if Lara sort of looks back on this, you know, after the dust has settled and been like, I did what? Really? That could have killed me. Damn it! Oh, I'm really struggling with this to see exactly where I'm going and what I'm doing. Not that you necessarily want it to be painfully obvious or anything, but oh snap! Oh, look at a massive statue of the face that's just in the corner of the screen there a moment ago. Yeah. Oh, am I going upwards? Is that what it is? Ah, yes.
Let the sun dim. In the darkness erase the world we have known. Let the shadow pass, and the light shine again on the world of our creation.
The power of Kukulkan.
Destroy any who would
Right, well the end of the world's gonna have to wait because my dog wants attention. Right, so we've got... what am I at? Is that really going to work as well with these guys?
Guide us. Help us save and create. Empower and elevate.
Oh, not really, no. Oh gosh, what on earth is going on here? Right, I think we need to take out the... I think we need to take out these wankers first. And then... Oh, there's a helicopter. Oh, what's this? Mud! Yeah, let's just slather our lovely Paititi get up in mud. Yeah, is there not something we need to do with these guys? Oh! Oh, damn it. Oh, here I'm forgetting I can do my... Yeah! Rapid fire arrows! Oh snap! Right, well that didn't do me didn't do me much good, did it? Right, okay, right, okay.
Take control of our destiny.
Right, well, both of them are sneaking up here, but well, we can take one out. Oh. Yeah, I'm liking rapid fire. She keeps pulling her knife out, and yet... okay. Did it actually do anything? No, it didn't. I swear those bullets went right through him, but then again, maybe I was just a terrible shot. Oh damn, who's... I mean, I can't help but feel when I resort to...
Guide us. Help us shade and create. Nothing will stop me. Remaking the world. We take control of our destiny.
Oh! Pfft. You just kind of blew yourself up there, mate. Oh dear, there's a wall there. Damn it. Oh dear, when we are laughing maniacally, that's never a good sign. Oh, hang on a minute, can I... Oh, yes! This is a really cool effect though, this glowing.
I have allowed you to leave. No more.
Ah, sugar. Oh, I noticed the explodey things of... Oh, this is actually feeling a little bit Angel of Darkness. You know when you just stab Eckhard and... But much better, obviously. Damn it. Oh, she's getting all blowy herself. Oh, you can piss off. Oh no! Oh god damn it! I ran into a wall. Oh, if you've got a... Oh damn it! If you've got a place where you've got a boss battle, don't put lots of bloody walls.
Can't match such a god! I have allowed you to live your life. No more. My deity is mine to protect, not yours! Attack all you want, but Kukulkan gun will only make me stronger. In what sense? Arrogant!
Okay. Oh, that was a weird transition between two cutscenes.
I'm sorry.
Protect my titi. Please. Please.
I genuinely don't know if that is his motivation or that's just the thing he's told himself. You know, for all of the issues I have with the daddy issues in Tomb Raider games in more recent times, I do find this scene quite moving, actually.
I think the king might have something to say about that.
My loves, will you hold still for a second?
Yes, my white queen. One.
Can I see? Of course. There's you, and me, and your dad. Where are we? Hawaii.
With this key and the silver box, we can remake the world. Without weakness, cruelty.
If you had that power, what would you do?
My brave girl, who is not expecting a jaguar attack.
Where shall we go next for our real adventure? I hear the Antarctic is lovely this time of year.
Dad.
Oh no, perhaps the salt flats of Utah.
Oh, Richard. I know where we're going. You do? Hawaii.
Oh, yes. Yes, that could be really nice. Well, in that case,
Goodbye, Mum. Goodbye, Dad.
No. You're my research assistant.
oh yes, you're quite right. I'm sorry, Mum. Almost forgot myself.
I request that you bring me to the museum. Well, I think that can be arranged by your new schedule.
This was quite grim though the first time I watched it. I was like, oh my god, what on earth is going on?
The god Kukulkan must be sacrificed to power the sun. Otherwise the world dies.
Sacrifice a god?
Because I thought, well, if Lara did cause
the sacrifice
that...
is my duty. But if my training fails me, the Crimson Fire will guide me and hold me to my promise.
If Lara did cause that tsunami, then is this how she atones for it?
But everything I love now is in it.
So, I mean, just for a moment there, I genuinely did think they were going to kill off
today,
Lara.
The eclipse will no longer represent us. We keep the sun, but you remove the shadow.
Protect Paititi. Please. Please, Lara.
I will.
Unuratu. My mother, a warrior, a rebel, a queen. She will be venerated for generations. I miss you. Now, we will heed her spirit to reunite Paititi.
Thank you.
Oh yes, and I think is that Lara's mother's necklace, but with the shadow thing added to it. I think.
Really? Missing the jungle, off in search of the elusive fish tree.
Abby and I are headed to the coast for a few days.
I'm glad.
What about you?
I think I'll stay here for a while longer.
And restore a few more artifacts?
I don't know.
So what will you do?
I don't know. Etzli will help me figure it out. He'll let me know what Paititi needs to rebuild.
Wow.
I'm done searching. I want to be around the living.
All right.
Don't you have to pack or something?
Now you are stuck with me till tomorrow.
You're welcome to stay as long as you wish, Lara. Safe travels, John. Once Paititi is restored, perhaps I can join you and learn more about the world beyond Paititi.
Anytime. You just say the word. You too, Uchu?
If he wants to.
So, Jonah, Lara tells me you have a girlfriend. We will come to the wedding.
Etzli, why don't you show me the plans for the new town?
Yes.
Well, there we are, Shadow of the Tomb Raider, and we're ending on a song. which is have we had a song in Tomb Raider before? I don't think we have actually. I feel like I might have at times been a bit of a Debbie Downer playing the game, but I do genuinely like a lot about this. I think for me the standout thing about this game is the way the graphics, the sound and the music come together to bring the world to life. I mean, it really is incredible. The sound in this game is fantastic, and I'm stunned that it did not just win all the awards, because the sound effects and the music, the way they work together. I mean, obviously, I've been doing it, I think, since the very first video. In fact, I think one of the first things I say in the first video is like sort of just being in awe of the music. But the way the way it creates mood, the way you can be walking into an environment and then something just it often the music in this game sort of just sneaks in underneath everything else to create a feeling of it can be really creepy or scary or just ominous, like just unsettling. You know, like you can go into an environment where ultimately not a lot, like if you think about one of the first tombs you go into as you're making your way through, is it the Eagle's Perch? Was it that one? Where there's just this unsettling music playing, and then there's just the hints that something else is lurking, and it's one of the... Oh, I've already forgotten what they're called, but you know, like the paranormal, the army that we fight with at the end. It's one of them or a couple of them lurking about, and you know, like some like almost like you're being attacked without a direct confrontation. But if you think about the music and the way the music is just making the environment unsettling before any of that has actually happened, so then when it does happen, it's not necessarily out of the blue exactly. You sort of, you know, it sort of builds up to it in a really great way. I love the tombs. The tombs are just fantastic. I love that you it's not just a case of going into a cave or going into, you know, like an underground thing. There's usually a bit of a journey to get to them, so you know there's more of a feeling of them being hidden. Even though you've got a sense of, you know, it's not like I remember one of the things people criticised about the 2013 game was, oh, is there a tomb? Do you mean that cave opening right there with all the clearly signposted stuff telling me to go in? Whereas you have to put a bit more effort in with this, and you know, you've got a long journey. Sometimes like you'll go into the place with the yellow markers, and then there's still a bit of a journey to get to it, and quite often when you're coming back again, you're not taking the same journey as you did going in, so it does keep it nice and varied. I like the it wasn't just like, because in both 2013 and Rise, I'd say maybe the tombs are like sort of 5-minute puzzles, whereas sometimes some of the stuff in this game, it's a bit more involved, and it's a bit more, especially when you're playing it for the first time, it's like sort of trying to figure out exactly what you're doing, how to solve it, or even just like once you know, like just everything that's involved takes a bit more time, but I mean that in a good way. You know, it doesn't feel like sort of a quick 5-minute distraction. It feels like something you actually have to get involved with. I like the story. I like that they brought Lara's mother in, so it's not just oh boo-hoo, my dad's dead. It's, you know, it's more, I had my childhood robbed from me. You know, like this other life that could have been, that I will never have. And for that, I think it's much more emotionally impactful in a way that the first two games were not, in terms of the parental stuff. That being said, I do think, and I should say so also, is the performances. I mean, Camilla Luddington, I like the scene that I just highlighted a moment ago when she's saying goodbye to her parents. Like, she's finally letting go of that desire to have that other life, you know. Like I think if you have a regret in life, if there's something that you missed or something that you didn't do, I think you can maybe want so desperately to fix it or to change it, and you want it so badly it's like you can almost reach out and touch it. And Lara could almost like she literally could have reached out and touched it and changed everything, and that was the moment when she was like, no, I have to let go of this. And it's kind of like, I suppose, a big metaphor for at some point, like the hang-ups and the problems or the issues that you've got in your life. Sometimes you do have to say, I have to let go of this or it's just going to destroy me. So I think you could read that as a metaphor for that. I think that's a really, and Camilla alluded to just that simple goodbye mum, goodbye dad. I think it was so powerful. I mean, I do remember being genuinely moved by it the first time I watched it. That being said, I do think there's some things in the story that could have been executed better. I wish, you know, Dominguez brings up this thing about maybe Lara's father was going to put Paititi in danger. And I wish that had actually been brought up earlier in the game and was more of a prominent part of the actual storytelling. Because if it could have, like that could have been an interesting story in itself, that she spent the first two games missing her father, wishing he was still alive, sort of learning about, well, at the end of the previous game we learned about his connection with Trinity, or that he has a connection to Trinity. So it would have been an interesting carry on from that to learn that perhaps he's not quite the knight in shining armour that she, you know, remembers him from, you know, looking at him through the lens of childhood. Maybe he did some questionable things, or maybe he did some things that she wouldn't have agreed with, and then it's that sort of journey of understanding, you know, that your parents aren't the sort of two-dimensional creatures that you think they are when you are a young child, because she remembers him through the lens of being a child. That actually she has to sort of come to an understanding of, you know, like he had flaws, he had failings, he made mistakes, and part of getting a more rounded interpretation or understanding of her father, you know, and that in itself could have been an interesting addition to that, but you know, they didn't do that. They brought it up in one scene and then they let it go again, and it's disappointing. And I kind of feel like there was some things in the story that were, oh, that's interesting, alright, okay, it's gone. Did she cause that tsunami? You know, did she? I still don't know. I genuinely still do not know. Did she cause that tsunami? Was Dominguez and Rourke lying to her? I mean, I can believe, like, I think if it was Rourke that actually said that she was the cause of it, then it would have been easier to say no, she wasn't, because of course there's the bit later on when he says that Jonah's dead, and we know that that's just like sort of emotional manipulation. So I think you could headcanon it that they are just emotionally manipulating her, or would gaslighting be the correct term in this case? I'm not 100% sure, but you know, like, did she cause it? And maybe, like, if she did, was the sort of the willingness to be a sacrifice at the end of the game, even though she ultimately doesn't die, but that willingness to be a sacrifice at the end, kind of a way of atoning? Well, you know, all those people are still dead. You know, so but then again, maybe she didn't cause it, and maybe that tsunami was going to happen no matter what Lara did. But it is heavily implied that she caused it, and that she's caused a lot of people's deaths, and ultimately the game, she gets off pretty lightly, all things considered. I mean, I would have thought maybe even if she had, instead of, like she'd given up the possibility of getting her parents back in exchange for fixing the tsunami and fixing everybody who's died since she took the sort. I don't know, but I mean, I just feel like there's some things in the story where it's like, you bring this stuff up and then you don't go anywhere with it, you know, and the thing is maybe it's just me getting older. I mean, I am don't tell anyone this, but I'm a year away from 40, and I just feel like as I'm getting older, the some of this kind of content is becoming more tasteless to me. You know, because a lot of people would have died in that tsunami, and if I was 22 playing this game, I'd be like, oh my god, this is so amazing, look at all this destruction. But now I'm just like, oh my god, how many people are dead? You know, and you can't, like I said when I was actually playing that bit, you can't help but think about the Japanese tsunami when you see something like that. Of course, the other thing is, there is a lot of extra stuff that you can do that I did not do in this Let's Play. There's lots of other stuff you can run around Paititi and do lots of things. I didn't really bother with them in the Let's Play because they are ultimately, I don't know if filler is the right word. Where's the balance between giving you extra stuff to do and then giving you too much stuff to do? You know, like, last year I replayed the Mass Effect trilogy, and I felt with each of those 3 games there was a really nice amount of main missions and then side missions, you know, like just enough to give you a really satisfying experience with all 3 of those games. And then with Mass Effect Andromeda, I kind of felt overwhelmed by the amount of extra stuff that was in it, and it was like, am I meant to do all this? Because there's an awful lot here, and if I just play the main story, am I missing out on a lot of stuff? You know, it's hard to say, and like I think I did all of it the first time I played it, but I do remember having a sense of getting a bit irritated after a while that there was all this extra stuff to do, and I don't care about that kid's dice. Oh god, that bloody kid and his dice. But you know something? It's the difference between playing a game for a Let's Play and then just sitting down in front on your couch in front of the telly. You know, that kind of more casual filler, if you want to use that word. It is probably more palatable in that kind of a situation when you just want to, casually play something while you've got a podcast playing or something like that. So, fine. And I've said it numerous times, but I'm sorry, the documents. The bloody documents. Where I cannot tell you anything about them. Like, I cannot remember any of the story strands. In fact, I don't even think I picked up that much of them. We really have, like do you remember if you watched my Let's Play of the 2013 game, you remember I made a whole 2-hour video just going through all the documents. And with the 2013 game, I made sure that I picked up as many of those documents as possible, because the stories in them were really interesting, and the way it was fleshing out the world that Lara was exploring was really interesting. And in this game, they just have Lara voicing everything, and I think that has been a massive misstep in this game, because with the 2013 game, with Raj, you had all these different voices, and not only were like the various voice actors, doing a decent job, because I would imagine just getting some dialogue to read and just reading it into a microphone is probably more challenging than you would think. But a decent job was done with them. But also, hearing different voices, different accents, different performances, it does help you to go, oh, this is this person from this time period, and that's that person from this time period. Oh, and this is this particular narrative that we've been learning about. Here's a little bit more to it. And I cannot tell you anything that's in this game, because it's got nothing to do with Camilla Loddington. It's got nothing to do with her performance. It's got everything to do with it's just the same voice for everything, and that just makes everything blend together. I mean, there's one bit where Lara mentioned finding something that belonged to somebody, and you know, I didn't actually say it out loud because I didn't want to be in the embarrassing position of being like, who the hell is that? And then somebody leaves a comment saying, well, that was the thing from the previous video, you know. But I was thinking, who on earth is she talking about? Because I just could not. I think it was something to do with the whole Christian section of the game, and it wasn't the priest guy, but I think it was something connected to that. It was something connected to the story strand from the 1600s. But I genuinely cannot. Oh god, maybe I should just make a video where I go through all the documents. But yeah, it all just blends together. And that's a real shame, because I'm sure there is a lot of really interesting stuff in there. So that's the Survivor trilogy. Word on the street is Crystal Dynamics is working on another one. I'm recording this just round about the time that we found out that Square Enix has sold their Western studios to was it a Swedish developer? And to what extent that will impact the future of Tomb Raider, I don't know. I mean, I don't think it will impact it in the terms of, you know, like a game not being made anytime soon. But, I mean, I genuinely don't know to what extent publishers have influence over developers. I mean, you hear stories now and again, you know, but I wonder if maybe they'll say, no, we want the game to go in this direction or that direction, or maybe Square Enix were saying take it in this direction, and then the new owners are like, no, you don't need to do that if you don't want to. You could go in this direction if you want. You know, like maybe giving them more freedom. Who knows? Hopefully they are. Okay, so I would want, yeah, and I know a lot of people will disagree with me on this. I would want them to stay in the Survivor series, you know, like this continuity. I would want them to carry on, mainly because I'm not really. I don't necessarily want another reboot, because I don't want to spend most of the next game getting to know Lara again, if you understand what I mean. I would want something that's still in this universe. I mean, they maybe broadly speaking playing the same. I would still want it to be in one location, and we learn about that one location, or we learn about the history, the mythology of that particular corner of the world, like they did with the Survivor series. And you know, like maybe just jump it forward a few years. Lara's a bit more older, a bit more experienced, you know, like, or just like change the way people change as they get a little bit older. And you know, just take another approach to how you know, like we're gonna, you know, take some new approaches to gameplay, you know, like the way the Survivor series did a massive revamp of how you play a Tomb Raider game. You know, don't be the one thing I don't want them to do is just keep churning out the same thing over and over and over again, because we have all experienced, not just Tomb Raider fans, although, you know, Tomb Raider fans have experienced this, but gamers have experienced, you know, a game just putting out the same thing over and over and over and over again, and then it stagnates, and then it gets dull, and then nobody cares about it, they stop buying it, and then the series gets cancelled. Because, you know, like maybe the developers just do not have enough to. Oh, I should say, just while this is on the screen, I love that they acknowledge the fans by doing this. Mentioning these websites. That's really great. But yeah, I really don't mind them trying new things in terms of gameplay, in terms of how you play a Tomb Raider game. And even if they bring the globetrotting back, I mean, that's fine. If it's done well, that would be fine. but I would hope that they would sort of just stick with this Lara, maybe jump forward a few years, but have some new innovations in terms of gameplay. But I am actually feeling really positive about the future of Tomb Raider, and I'm feeling really positive about it because of the Survivor series and because it was just such. I mean, you cannot deny the quality of these games. You know, even if you're somebody who's like, well, the proper Lara Croft and proper Tomb Raider is the 90s stuff, you cannot deny that these are really well-made games. You know, like just really solidly made. So, you know, I have high hopes that the future of Tomb Raider is going to be a bright one. And, you know, whatever it is, I will be there for it. Unless they put it out on PlayStation 5 only, because I do not have a PlayStation 5. Oh, we've got
I had it all wrong.
Yes, we've got an extra scene at the end. Now,
I
the game's fully patched, so this will be the patched
to do
end.
something extraordinary. I thought I had to fix everything. But the mysteries of the world are to cherish more than to solve. I'm just one of their many protectors. I'm not sure what the future has in store, Jonah, but whatever adventure's on the horizon, I can't wait to meet it. I'll try not to take myself too seriously.
Tea, Miss Croft.
Lovely. For now, it just feels good to be home.
Yeah, I actually, I think overall I do prefer that ending. I feel like the ending that we saw at the like in the unpatched version, if I remember correctly, the room itself is darker. You know, it's more wooden and dark and shadowy. And then she picks up the envelope from Jacqueline Natla, and apparently they took that out because they didn't want people to think that they were going to remake the first game again. But you know, I just sometimes the fans like Crystal Dynamics have been sneaking these. Oh, it's not technically Crystal Dynamics made this one, is it? Eidos Montreal, was it? But anyway, they've snuck little Easter eggs into the Survivor series, and people do tend to get a bit arsey about them. You know, like when you saw the wee green jade, the green jade dragon, the jade dragon, which is a throwback to Tomb Raider 2, and then people were like sort of freaking out as if, you know, the next time you put Tomb Raider 2 into your PlayStation, the story's been rewritten or something, like it's not just an Easter egg. But I do like the idea that no matter what continuity we're in, Lara always has a confrontation with Jacqueline Natla. But I do like the patched version better because the room is brighter. I like that you know, it's got that sort of painted turquoise look, like Lara's put her own identity onto the room that once belonged to her father, and that it's just brighter, and because it's visually brighter, it just feels like a lighter mood. And the way she says that, you know, the secrets of this world are to be, what was the line? Cherished, not plundered, or something like that. But it's just like tonally it's more positive, and you just feel like Lara's in a better place. So it would be nice if she sort of just lives her life for a few years, maybe has some adventures, but not the weird Tomb Raider-y adventures, you know, like just normal, like go to uni and get a PhD in archaeology or something, and then, you know, we'll check in on you in a few years, Lara, you know, like something like that. I don't know, but you know, that's Shadow of the Tomb Raider. For its issues, I really enjoyed it. I really enjoy the Survivor series. I think I'll do a video at some point. I'd sort of half written a review of the 2013 game, just because after my Let's Play and then the numerous times I played it after that, I was just like, I just could not believe how much I'd fallen in love with that game. You know, I kind of took the long road to getting to that feeling, but I did. I love Rise. Shadow's got just a lot of really great stuff in it. I love the Survivor series. It does kind of bum me out when the people who think that they have to protect the the memories of the 90s games and the core design stuff feel like the way to do that is to attack the Survivor series. You know, like I do encounter fans now and then who love the 90s stuff. They even quite like the Legend series, and then they just, as far as they're concerned, the Survivor series just is not a thing. It's a real shame that there's some people out there, because they're basically denying themselves 3 games of incredible quality. So, you know, the Survivor series being a really fantastic section of the Tomb Raider story is a hill I am prepared to die on. So, Shadow of the Tomb Raider. Thank you very much for watching. I don't know what... I have a few ideas of videos, but they're more like sort of scripted. Hopefully at some point I can figure Tomb Raider 4 out. I would love to do a Let's Play of that. I have a copy of Tomb Raider 3 Lost Artifact. Can't get that to record either. I will work on it. So there is stuff planned. But for right now, that's us. So thank you very much for watching, and hopefully I will be back soon with some more.
He's going to be crawling with guards.
We'll find our way around them.
It'll be dangerous.
I'm sure.